Things that every professional footballer needs to know to have a long-lasting and amazing career in football. So number one, activation exercises don't do anything except fatigue individual muscles. So yes, when that physio tells you put the band around your ankles and to do little movements with the feet to activate parts of your glute, it's actually one of the most brain-dead things you can do because you're not activating anything. You forcing a muscle, and not the whole entire muscle, you're just forcing one specific part of the muscle. So you're isolating part of a muscle and you're just contracting it with a specific acute range of motion that you don't do when you run. I'll repeat, you do not do that when you run. So the angle of contraction of that muscle is in no way, shape, or form related to how you run, kick, dribble, shoot, sprint, whatever, on the football pitch. So all you're doing is you're tiring out, you are fatiguing a specific part of a muscle, and then you're asking it to go onto the pitch to then go back and work in unison with the other parts of your body in a totally different angle of contraction than you just fatigued it. So all you're doing there is asking for an injury. Number two, size does not equal strength. And if you want to gain size for football, the gym is not the answer. So I think most footballers kind of get this now, but I'm so surprised. Size does not equal strength. How big someone is does not mean they're stronger than someone who's smaller. I've seen plenty of videos where skinny footballers that hint they're just more athletic knock over bigger guys because there's timing, there's balance, there's force vectors, there's momentum, there's how connected someone's body is. So when they hit you, they're just using their arm versus someone else. They're using their whole entire body because the force from their right foot going up the posterior chain to the glute and wrapping around to the abdomen is actually connected to this left arm, and they're hitting you with everything, as opposed to the guy who's more muscle driven and his body's more segmented. He's just hitting you with the left arm. You know what I mean? So even though two different players, the same height, same weight, both hit you, one guy could hit you with more force because he's more athletic and is able to produce that force in an athletic manner, as opposed to a bodybuilder. If he tried to match it, he'd fall over and he'd lose balance. And so those is a very simple comparison of why size does not equal strength. And also, so many footballers ask me this about Taylor, I want to gain size and gain muscle. Well, first talk to me. Do you want more muscle because you're insecure about your body? It's totally okay if you want to appear bigger. But first, look at your lifestyle, look at your recovery, look at your diet. If all those things are not tip top, then you have no business asking about doing bodybuilding or doing any kind of exercise to make you bigger or stronger or whatever, because you are undermining your body's natural development. If you actually were healthy, if your body was healthy, you would grow muscles naturally. I think guys don't understand this. Top athletes, they didn't get ripped in the gym. They were already more or less ripped, and they got more fit and more athletic by playing their sport, by cross-training and by running fast and sprinting, and their body responded to the stimulus. All right, number three, sleeping at 10 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. will always beat sleeping at 12 a.m., so midnight, and waking up at 8 a.m. Even though it's the same amount of hours, when you go to bed on time at 10 p.m., you are syncing up what's called your circadian rhythm. In your body, you have something called a clock, basically, a time frame. Your body works on a system. So if you miss those hours from 10 p.m. to give or take 2 a.m., you're missing critical hours of restorative recovery because you're missing that window to make hormones like growth hormone, cortisol, melatonin, testosterone. Your body works in cycles. If you miss that REM cycle, you will not get it back by sleeping in. And then when you sleep in, you're missing the morning sunlight that makes the melatonin for the following night's rest. So again, just get your clock in sync and you'll sleep way better and get way more development from your body and your mind than just sleeping in and getting your 8 hours. One of the worst advice that any athlete can receive. Number 4, sunlight is supposed to energize you. If it doesn't, it means your health is messed up. This is also, like, for me, One of the funniest things, how many footballers complain about the sun makes them tired? And if you knew anything about what's called circadian biology, you would know that that is a direct sign that your ability to absorb and assimilate light into the cell to produce energy is messed up. Because sunlight makes energy in your body. And if you're getting tired in the sun, that means your ability to take the light, bring it in, and convert it into ATP is terrible. So you must fix what's called your solar callus, your ability to absorb light. And how's that? What you do is you focus on the morning and the evening sunlight, and you build up your tolerance for the stronger midday sunlight. If you can follow that, I guarantee you'll feel way more energized in the sun. Number 6, a 60-minute walk in the morning will do way more for your stamina than any extra running will do. Again, this is like a very typical sign that you're still really brainwashed into the grinding mentality. Why is that? Is because if you're a pro footballer and you're watching this, I guarantee you're already running a lot. You have training, matches, travel. There's plenty of stress in your bucket. You have plenty of stuff already going on. If you're still not fit, it means your recovery is so bad, or that your physical ability to run itself needs work. Because more running is not going to make you more fit, because you've already peaked with your volume of how much you're running in training and matches and with travel. So why do I say that a 1 hour walk in the morning will do more for your stamina? Is because the walk actually gets you back into your parasympathetic activation. It gets you more relaxed so that you can use fats for energy as opposed to carbohydrates with more intense work. So basically there is your sympathetic, which is your fight or flight state. So that's when like you're nervous, you're very alert, and you're ready to sprint, to fight, whatever. If you're stuck in that state all game long, or all practice long, or even all day long, then your ability to recover is going to be really bad, and you'll be really tired and have less stamina on the pitch because you cannot stay in the relaxed state and prioritize your fat stores and run off your aerobic cardio system as opposed to your anaerobic. So very simple, just build up your base of that low intensity movement, so walking, cross training, and you'll naturally have a bigger foundation. And then in the match, when you need more intense, explosive movement, you'll feel more fresh because you weren't already using up that system beforehand on the easier stuff. Number 7, your core is not supposed to be braced when you run. The more weightlifting you do, the worse you will run, I guarantee it. The main reason why is because when you lift weight and you put barbells on your shoulders, or you lift weight from the ground, the most optimal way to do that is to brace your core, to protect your spine, and allow you to lift up the weight, or to just hold it on top of you. That's more optimal for lifting weight. When you run, you need the entire opposite of bracing your core. Your spine is supposed to bend and flex like this when you run and you change feet, because it is a unilateral movement, meaning 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. It's not just 2 feet like this. So your spine is supposed to flex and bend like this and create what's called a energy vortex and allow you to move smoother and more efficient through time and space. So the more you lift weights, the more your core will be stiff and braced and unable to move like this and coordinate with your pelvis, with your knees, with your ankles, with your shoulders, and your head. So that makes you less efficient and a worse runner. 7, your feet are your most valuable tools. Don't destroy the functionality with thick cushion sneakers. One of the simplest things, but I think is also one of the most dastardly things, is how many footballers lose thousands and thousands of dollars because they injured themselves. Yes, that's right. You injured yourself by wearing shoes like that. The arch support, the very narrow toe box, the raised heel, all these things mess up the functionality of your feet that actually got you to the pros in the first place. Without the functionality of your feet, you would never have been able to run and sprint and jump and play football at that level. So by you wearing these really insane, retarded shoes with these thick arch support, these thick cushion, you are atrophying the intrinsic muscles and the fascia of the foot ankle complex. So what's happening is the shoes are doing the work that your arch and ankle are supposed to be doing. So if you want to be athletic, make sure your feet are tip top. And that's one of the first areas that I train with my clients to make them injury proof and also make them more athletic at the very same time. Number 8, surround yourself with people who will push you to be better, not say yes to everything you say. I think one of the biggest things for footballers is once you sign that big contract, all the money is rolling in, you have your agent, you have your mom, you have your parents, you have your cousins, have your friends, all these people start coming back asking for money. And also, I get it, there is this instinct or a feeling that I should go out and buy a brand new car, buy a house, buy some clothes, buy a Rolex, buy all this stuff. But in reality, none of that stuff that I just mentioned will make you more money. None of that stuff will help your football. None of it. I guarantee it. It's so embarrassing when I talk to footballers that are not even established first team players. They're 19 years old and they got like a very like a decent but a small contract at a big club, and they instantly go and buy some big house, and so they are victim. Well, not really victim because honestly it's their fault, but they now are beholden to this every month, this big payment to the bank to pay for this house that frankly they can't really afford, and they don't deserve it, and they don't need it either. It's just a big black hole of money because you have maintenance, insurance, all this stuff. And like, even though yes, you are living in it, but it's a huge burden because the house is not making you any money. It's sucking money away from you every single month that you will never get back. For the house to actually appreciate in value will take 20 years at least, and it's very unlikely that you'll wait to do that. And there's plenty of other better ways to make more gains in a smaller window of time. On top of that, for pro footballers, having people around you that don't push you to be better is a big thing that I see, because they have friends that just tell them, yeah. Like they say yes to everything and no one holds you accountable. So if you want a mentor, someone to actually hold you accountable and push you to be better mentally, physically, spiritually, all the above, that's where I come in and I help pro clients in my program called Club Entangled. I've helped guys at AC Milan, at Arsenal, Brentford, Everton, all these top clubs smash their injury problems, get back on the pitch and sign new long-term contracts, which obviously makes them a lot more money than they paid me to help them. And last one, invest in your local farmer to provide you with real food, and don't waste money on clothes and shoes and Rolexes and houses and cars when you haven't even taken care of the fundamentals. You should be investing in your community that pays you back. So by you investing, and by investing, all I mean is shop with your local farmer. Build a connection with your local farmer to get you raw milk, raw meat, raw honey, good fish, to get you all these fundamental human needs, high quality food, so that you are enriching your community and you're also investing in yourself long term with your nutrition. It's so important, and yet most footballers will never even think about this. They'll hire some stupid personal chef who gets stuff from Whole Foods that it's fake organic, covered in like seed oils, to cook them some meal that they have no clue about health. They'll have guys in England eating bananas from Brazil. It's honestly such a brain dead thing, and it will mess up what's called your mitochondrial function. So long story short, is just put your money that will actually help you grow yourself, your career, and ultimately your football. All right? Simple as that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is all the things that every pro footballer should know and should be aware of. If this video spoke to you and you are a professional footballer, hit the link down below and we'll talk about if you are a good fit for Club Entangled. I'm Taylor. Hope this helped. See you soon. Cheers.